What's up, guys? It is Carly here, bringing you day number 2 of my 31 days of horror 2019. Yes, and today we're moving on to the B section in the movies that I have not gotten to yet, and I'm pretty sure I've had this for like 2 years now. It's one of those ones that JP got me for Christmas because he always gets me a pile of movies, and I actually asked him the other night where he even got this, and he said it was at FYE because all the FYEs around here were kind of going out of business, and he said it just looked cool when he picked it up, and that is Bitch Slap, unrated. Yes, Bitch Slap from the year 2009. Now this movie follows just this group of bad girls, these 3 girls. I forget exactly, so I'm just kind of read the back here, but one is a down-on-her-luck stripper, one is a drug-running killer, and the other is a ball-busting businesswoman. So they're all kind of different and unique in their way, but, you know, they're all the same. They're all after the same thing, and the movie is basically about them going into the remote desert to kind of steal these jewels back from this gangster and to, you know, achieve all this money, and things just kind of start to go horribly wrong, and it leads them to, you know, getting in a lot of conflicts with different people as well as themselves. They start sort of turning on each other and things of that nature. So that's honestly the general idea with this movie. Now, I'm just gonna be completely honest. I could not really get into this movie at all. It's one of those ones that starts off where you get this scene, an opening scene, and it's actually like one of the ending scenes, but not really. It's like close to the ending scene, and then it comes up saying like, oh, 4 hours earlier, and then you get another scene, which, you know, is kind of cool. It's them dealing with the gangster dude in the desert, so you get that, and then the movie just keeps kind of doing that thing where it's like, okay, 6 days earlier, or 2 hours earlier, or a millisecond earlier, and that's the entire movie, and I'm really just not all that into that style, I guess, of filmmaking. I kind of looked up some reviews before going into this, and I'm not too familiar with Tarantino's work, but that's kind of what you're getting with this movie, except for it's a B movie, and it definitely feels like just a lower budget type of film, and you know, it really puts a lot of emphasis on, like, oh, it's like boobs, blood, guts, sex. It's everything you could want in a film, and I just, you know, I'm just not too into that. I could see people liking this one if you are into hot girls. I could see a lot of guys probably really digging this one and just having a good time with it. It is, of course, like more of a horror comedy, or it's not even really a horror movie necessarily. It's more of a drama crime thriller. That's another thing with these reviews I'm doing, guys. A lot of these movies I kind of put off, well, not a lot of them, but like some of them I put off for a while because they're kind of borderline horror. They're more like thriller, sci-fi, or crime, exploitation, whatever you want to say, and that's an example with this one. It's more of just an exploitation B movie following these women, and the comedy just doesn't really hit with me that well in the movie either. To me, it just comes off as a little bit stupid, I guess, and like I said, that's kind of like not fair because I know a lot of people would kind of dig this movie, so it's really hard for me to review it. There are some scenes that I did dig early on, but I just kind of started falling out because of all the jumping around in the movie. I'm just not necessarily a huge fan of movies that kind of skip around in their timeline, especially when they're the ones that start way at the end and then they're going forward, backwards, like all over the place, kind of. I just don't really enjoy that. I'd rather see the ending when the ending comes and not right off the bat with the film. So, you know, I think the 3 main girls, they're perfect for the roles. They really kind of sell it, and it's definitely filled with a lot of just action-packed and interesting to watch type of scenes, but other than that, I just wasn't too into the story that you get here. So for me, this movie, I give it a 6 out of 10. I feel like that is a fair rating for the film because, like I said, it's just kind of not my cup of tea, but I could see other people digging this one. It's really just based on what you like, and this is one of those movies that I just really, really don't like. It's got kind of everything that I really am not too into, if I'm being completely honest. So 6 out of 10 for Bitch Slap 2009. You know, be curious to see if anyone has ever checked this one out because it's a movie I'd never really heard about or anything, and probably because it's not truly a real horror film necessarily. Like I said, it's more crime, exploitation, B-movie, whatever you want to call it, all that type of stuff. But yeah, so, you know, let me know in the comments if you've seen this and if you like it, and if maybe it's just truly not my cup of tea, or maybe it's just not that great of a movie. So yeah, thank you guys once again for joining me for day number 2 of my 31 days of horror, and of course I will see you tomorrow for day number 3.